Today I'm going to do a video on pickling. I started the garden this year with the lady moving out downstairs and my broken leg. So I was growing a bunch of stuff and don't know what to do with it, and you can't eat it fast enough. So one of the easiest ways I've found to preserve stuff is pickling. Now I posted a picture on Facebook and buddy asked, "What are you doing with all those peas?" And I said, "Pickling them." He said, "Peas?" You know, peas are one of my favorite things to pickle. Absolutely. Today we're going to do some haricot vert. We picked one cucumber that we got now, and we also got shallots. The shallots that I'm growing aren't what I'm used to really, you know, like the French shallots that are more pungent. These grew bigger, more oniony, and we use them like onions. So we're going to do a little mixture here, and there's two pickling. One of them you just pour hot vinegar over stuff, and the other one you make a water salt solution of 2% salt, and you push it down below the top and it just naturally ferments. That one's a little more messy, kind of gets moldy, kind of, you know, I'm going with the vinegar today. I'll show you in a minute, but my basic recipe, it could be 2 cups, 2 gallons, 2 pint glasses of vinegar, but two parts vinegar. So you could use anything for a measure. Whether it's a 1 cup measure, whether it's a 1 gallon measure, whether it's a pint glass, whether it's a glass out of your cupboard. But I put 2 parts vinegar. Recently I've been doing 1 part white vinegar and 1 part apple cider vinegar. Then I put in 1 part water. Then I put in 1/2 to 3/4 of a part sugar. So if I use a pint glass, it's 1 pint glass of white vinegar, 1 pint glass of apple cider vinegar, 1 pint glass of water, 1/2 pint glass of sugar. That's my basic mixture. I do salt just to taste. Like, I like a lot of salt. You know, big pinches of salt in this thing. You're going to cure the vegetables. So that's the basic recipe. I'm going to show you the vegetables. I'm going to show you the jar, and then we're going to pickle. Okay, so here we got the haricot vert. The plants are really small, but I mean, some of these beans, you know, some of these, I mean, they're looking pretty good. Restaurant Danielle's quality beans right there, baby. So we got some haricot vert. We got the snow pea. You know, snow peas are supposed to grow when it snows, so it's more of a spring and fall vegetable. But I've been managing to keep them growing here all year long, and we're eating them. Here's a cucumber we got. It was pretty decent size. I like to pull them young. If they go to full maturity, they quit producing. So if you pull them when they're young, not a bad cucumber for the backyard in containers. And here's the shallots. I'm gonna put them in here as onions. Love the pickled onions. That's really worked out well for us. So here's what we're putting in the jar today. Something to keep in mind when you're doing this is how thick you cut the vegetable, right? Because the pea is going to cook very quickly, right? The pea barely needs a flash. You can eat these just raw and they're great. So the peas are going to cook quickly. The beans are too. So the cucumber, I don't want to get it, they cook quick as well. They're mostly water, so they need to be able to withstand some heat. If I do carrot, the carrot has to be a lot thinner than everything else because the carrot, you know, is a hard root vegetable. You go put in a big hunk of carrot, it's not going to suck up any flavor, and it's going to taste like a carrot stick plain. So we also cut the onions. I try and get them so that they're going to cook in a certain way in accordance with the same temperature and temperature cooking. They're going to cook in accordance with the same time length as these other vegetables. So here's the jar we're going to use. I probably should boil it in water. The water here is hot as all hell coming out of the faucet. We're doing the vinegar one. I'm gonna have these things eaten within a week. I'm not really worried about something growing in the vinegar container. So I just really doused it with hot water. I left these two in the pan so that when this cup filled up, it ran over, and then it torched these with the hot water. Probably not the most recommended way to do shit, but that's why I'm doing it. So I'm gonna dig through the cabinet here and see what we got. Fennel seed. I found I really like fennel seed in the pickles. Coriander seed, which is cilantro seeds, definitely going in. What else do we got here? This is always a good one. This one's cloves. I like the cloves in there. We're gonna do a little red chili pepper flake. And now I'm gonna go down to the garden and I'm gonna grab some dill and some fresh coriander. So, it's a hell of a dill flower right there. So it's a big piece of dill. I'll take the stem and I'll take the back of the knife and crush it up. That has a lot of flavor in the stem as well. So there's that. And then the same story with this cilantro, coriander. Got a couple flowers there, definitely want to see those go in. So these two are the same. Here you can see the little coriander pieces. Anyway, they're not quite dried out yet. They're still green, but they'll go in great. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do here is get a couple pieces of coriander, cut them up, maybe bash the back a little bit. Release some of those oils, some of the flavors. There you go. So I just cut it down the middle. So we got 2 hunks of it now. So let's go ahead and put a thing of dill down here. Onions. We got a big air gap over there. Let's go ahead and grab a chopstick. Yeah, that helps me a lot. Okay, now I'm going to start adding red pepper flake. This is all just at your leisure, you know. It's what do you want? You want super fucking hot? Put a lot of fucking peppers. Clove. Wow. It's a little different with clove. It's kind of Christmassy, but it seems to work for me. I like it. Now we're doing the fennel seed. You know, when you make pickles at home, they're so much better because the pickle at the store doesn't use even as much. Their total spices per jar aren't what I do for one spice. Here we go with the coriander. These get soft in the vinegar, and when you bite into them, they're like a citrusy orange. It's pretty good in the pickles. Okay, there we go. So we're rocking and rolling right along. Now I'm putting in more of the veg. More vegetables in that one. That's okay, there you go. We're gonna let these sit here by themselves for a little while till they cool down. When they're totally cool, we put the lid on and put them in the refrigerator. It's best if you leave them in the refrigerator for a couple days before you eat them. If you can wait that long, And that's about it for this video. The rest of the video is just some pickling ideas maybe that we've had. We did a curry pickle, some other vegetables, and just check it out if you have time. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Pickle slicer.
This thing will fuck your day up.